Good morning and welcome into TFW Live, the best kept secret in fantasy football, where we keep that week one feeling going all year long. This is episode 353, where we will be giving you all the lineup advice you need to dominate your week 10 matchups. But first, I wanted to let you know that support for TFW Live is brought to you by our friends over at Manscaped. They're the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, and their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate in the men's hygiene bundle. You can join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with an exclusive offer for you today, 20% off plus free worldwide shipping with the code TFWMAN at manscaped.com. That's TFWMAN at manscaped.com. That'll get you 20% off plus free shipping. What is going on, Whisper Nation? I'm Big Travie. You can find me on Twitter at Big Travie TFW. And a big welcome to Whisper Nation in the chat. We've got Kadarius Chambers in here and everybody else that's going to be joining as well. I'm sure Jersey J and all the homies will be in here. So big welcome to you, Andre Silva. What's going on? Appreciate you guys in here. A lot of gratitude for you guys. And, of course, those who support the show on YouTube through a monthly subscription. Pizza Belly, Hanimal, Gus Ramos, Don Caples, Bailey Ziegler, Nick, Brett Zabo, John Credit, Eric Lorenzen, Donnie Tubbs, and Jersey J. And speaking of Gus Ramos, who is a member on YouTube, he says, what's up? What's going on, Gus? If you want to join Gus and the rest of those YouTube members, click join on the video now. And if you love fantasy football, you want to enjoy a community where you know you belong, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We're trying to get just one more sub on this stream. Just one more. Could be you. And if you're new, let us know where you're streaming from. Guys, welcome into Sunday, Week 10. We've already had some action, obviously, over in Germany. If you've got questions, hit them in the chat. I'll try and get them all answered here before we get out of here in the next hour. But we've got some big news coming in right now, so I'm going to try and get an idea on this. Kenny Golladay activated for the Giants. Jarvis Landry activated for the Saints. Jerick McKinnon activated for the Chiefs. Josh Allen is officially active. This one is interesting. He was not warming up at all. And so that one's a little bit interesting here on why he wouldn't have been out there. So I'm a little bit shook. I've got Josh Allen in a league, and I've got Daniel Jones, and I kind of want to play Daniel Jones. I don't know if this is sort of a decoy situation or what they're going to do with Allen, but it is a little bit concerning, I would say, so to say the least. Missed what happened in this Seattle game. Seattle was driving down the field. They were in territory, and now all of a sudden Tampa's got the ball back. So I don't know if there was a turnover when I was doing the intro, but welcome in, everybody. Let me know what you need today, what you're rooting for in this Tampa Bay Seattle game, etc. We've got Chase Edmonds active for the Broncos. It looks like Zeke may not play. So after some optimism, there was a report that just came out about Mike McCarthy saying that Ezekiel Elliott is basically that they're not very confident he's going to play, that he might need one more week. So that's definitely what we're working with on the Ezekiel Elliott side of things. So that means Tony Pollard would be in line to start and get some more of the action there. Andre Silva, start one running back and two flex, half-point PPR. We've got Swift, Jamal Williams, Najee, Kirk, or Judy. So I'm probably starting both of the Detroit backs in this matchup against Chicago. It's just a really good one. And then we've got, this got to be Christian Kirk? I think I would go Christian Kirk here. Yeah, I would go with the two running backs and Kirk. That would be my option. I like Christian Kirk. The volume's been getting there a whole lot better. They're going to need to throw against Kansas City, so I think Kirk gets some volume. I like Judy. I think he's been coming on, but that point total is pretty low for the Broncos. I think it's around 17 or 18, so not a lot of points Vegas projects to be scored here. I'd be rocking with Christian Kirk. Kadarius Chambers, best option, Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, or Jimmy G. Pick two. This is tough, man. With this Josh Allen news, I really don't know until we get another update here. If somebody else... Yeah, so like this update, even though he's active, Case Keenum is on the field warming up with the receivers. Josh Allen has yet to be on the field today. Maybe he's just active as the backup? I might go Russ and Jimmy G here. I like Jimmy G's matchup. I like Jimmy G's production lately. Unless we get something else in, Roderis, I'm going to personally just bench Josh Allen for Daniel Jones. And I don't know. It just seems a little bit too iffy to me. I don't think they're pushing. I think this was some sort of tactic to kind of, make the Vikings sweat it out maybe. Chad Doak, welcome in, brother. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Mostert, Singletary, James Conner, CEH, Khalil Herbert, Devonta Smith, Kadarius Tony. Pick 2 RBs and a flex. I like Singletary. Let's see here. I think I'd go Singletary and James Conner. And then as far as the flex, because James Conner came back into a really nice role, they're going to have the backup quarterback potentially. And even if not, they're going to have a limited Kyler, which I would imagine they'll lean on the run a little bit more. Let's see. So for the flex, we've got Kadarius Tony, Devonta Smith, Khalil Herbert, and CEH. Devonta Smith is in a great matchup. I think I would lean him. I don't mind Khalil Herbert, also in a great matchup, but his usage has come down a little bit. We've seen Montgomery used more in the running back situation. I'd probably be 50-50 between those two. I'll lean 51% Devonta Smith. I'm just thinking that secondary for Washington lets up a big play to our guy there, and that's why I would go there. But it's close. I mean, if you were leaning the other way, then I would go ahead and do that. Trying to dig up some more news here on the Josh Allen situation. I mean, that's just strange. It's not something I want to trust at all. Yeah, this game has been wild. The Bucs had such a good drive going, and then they had Leonard Fournette throw an interception targeting Tom Brady, who fell down on the route. I mean, it was pure comedy. As just a fan of watching Brady fall down. That was good. Let me know what you guys are into this morning, what you guys are up to breakfast-wise. I got my coffee brewing. Probably do a little bit of a breaky sandwich here in a bit. But, yeah, we're rocking and rolling through some of these inactives. I mentioned a few of them there. Obviously, we'll figure out what's going on. Kenny Golladay in. Looks like they're going to table any talks with Saquon Barkley on a contract till the end of the year. So we have that coming in as well. Baki Yasin, what's up, my brother? How you doing? He says, question, I need a running back and a flex out of Montgomery, Herbert, CEH, and Lazard. Well, I'm starting Montgomery. I like Lazard. And I think I'd probably roll Herbert, especially with McKinnon being active. Maybe if McKinnon was inactive, I'd say, okay, roll the dice here. But play both the Broncos, not Broncos, geez. Both the Bears running backs against Detroit. That's what I was trying to say when I said every other team. Because obviously Detroit's defense really, really bad. Top 5 in points allowed, yards allowed, touchdowns allowed to the running back position. So you definitely want to get a team or a player in there that's facing that kind of tough defense. So. Yeah, I'm wondering what they're going to do here with our guy, Josh Allen, man. A lot of stuff going on here. All right, so we've got Jarvis Landry active. Cowboys coach McCarthy expects Zeke to be inactive. So there it is there. So he is active. All the public reporting is saying that Josh Allen will start. This is from NBC Sports Edge. Something doesn't feel right for me. I'm not trusting it. Maybe I'm a little bit scared here. But I would not be excited to be starting Josh Allen. Though he hasn't been spotted on warm-ups. Case Keenum has been warming up. Man, this is really, really tough to trust. Brandon Cook's active. The Rams are preparing as if John Wolford is going to start. Adam Schefter said Kyler Murray is a true game-time decision, but the team does not expect to decide until they see him. And there was another source that said they're a little bit nervous about the situation. So Baki says, thanks, Big Trevi. And you're the only Packer fan I'm cool with. I know this season has been a rough one. Yeah, I got respect for the Bears. Jeez, I can keep wanting to call them Cowboys. I have big respect for the Bears, and I love what they're doing with Fields this year so far. It started slow, but it looks like they're warming that up, and for fantasy, that has been excellent. So, yeah, shout out to Baki and everybody else at the Windy City Breeze over there. My crew, Pat, P Kid, all the homies over there. So wishing them the best on this Sunday. Wishing you good luck, Baki. And I love that. I love your Justin Fields photo there. That's awesome. Looks like Ryan Tannehill is going to be back this week, expected to start. Also, what happened yesterday, Treylon Burks was activated from the IR. So that's something to keep an eye on. Treylon Burks was very limited, but it looks like this turf toe has allowed him to lift a few weights, get conditioning up, stuff like that. So, our guy, God, what is his name? Mike Vrabel was talking high praise of our guy, Treylon Burks there. Rashad White getting a lot of run on this drive and looking good. Thoughts on starting Kadarius Tony with Mecole Hardman out? So I love Kadarius Tony. He's a stash for me. I think this is the game we look to see if his usage will pop and see if we can get him some more reps on the field, because Mecole out is not, that should be, all the stuff should go to Tony. Theoretically, that's what you kind of get him for. But it could be an MVS game, it could be a Juju game, could be a Kelsey game. It'd be hard for me to trust Tony right off the bat. But if you're in desperate situations, I understand you got to get him in there. Maybe, after you faced Foreman on Thursday night, you're down big, your projections are down bad. I think there is an upside play with him today. So that needs to be said for sure. All right, Whisper Nation pouring in here. I know we still got more people popping in, so drop your questions in the chat. Let us know what you need to figure out here today. We'll keep working through some of these inactives. Brandon Cooks, I think I already said, is active. And we'll see who else is going. Brady is now back to pass here, and he gets Godwin in for a touchdown about 7 yards out. So we've got the Bucks now up 21-3 on Seattle here. Seattle was driving down, was making this looking like they were going to make it a one-score game, and I don't know how they got the ball back. I'd have to look, maybe a Ken Walker fumble or something. But the refs there's a flag on the play. The refs are coming in here. We'll see what happens. Gus Bus says Wan'Dale Robinson or Greg Dulcich, full point PPR flex. Because it's full point PPR, Gus, I think I'm going to lean Wan'Dale because I think he can soak up more targets. The big play, the upside here would be Dulcich because he's used down the field as that big receiving threat, like a deep threat. But yeah, I think Wan'Dale in a full point PPR. It's close, though. Dulcich been getting a lot of work, been looking good. Full point PPR, Kadarius Tony or Jarvis Landry. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, this one is tough, man. I really don't know what to expect out of Landry and Dalton. And I think I would just roll with the upside here with Tony. I would just go full on upside. Jarvis Landry could get out there, re-aggravate. He could get out there, not see nothing. At least we know Tony is healthy. And at least we know that Mecole Hardman's out. So I think that gives me enough. The offense is good enough. The upside is clear. That's enough for me to go with Kadarius Tony. I don't feel great about this one. Not to dog your choices here, Recall MC. But yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you watching. If you like what you hear and you want to join a community where you belong, hit that subscribe button, Recoil. We'd love to have you. Appreciate you. So speaking of the Cardinals, downgraded Matt Prater out. So if anybody was thinking about starting Prater as your fantasy kicker, you'll want to get him out of there. And yet another update about Case Keenum warming up. See, this one just makes me so nervous. I think if you've got a good enough backup to Josh Allen, I think I'd be rocking with that. I think, for me, I'm going to go Daniel Jones, even though it's not it's not a pretty option, but his rushing floor is there. I just have so many outs for Josh Allen to totally disappoint you this week. I think it would just be best. I think they've got him active as a backup, but I really don't know. Chad Doak says, different league, A.J. Dillon, Khalil Herbert, or Melvin Gordon at RB2. Barkley is my number one. Well, it looks like Aaron Jones cleared the injury situation. So I would actually fade. Well, I might go Herbert here. I just think the matchup's better. Dallas has been tough against the run, and A.J. Dillon hasn't looked great. At least Herbert's flashed some juice. So that's why I would go to Herbert as your RB2. Yeah, and I think Saquon against Houston, man. What's up, Silver Rapture? How's it going, my brother? Hope all is well. Goff versus Chicago or T-Law versus Kansas City. Well, Goff is going to get a healthy Swift, a healthy Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that we're in a situation where I would be trusting Goff this week. Chicago been really bad. They traded away their best defenders already at the deadline. I'd be rocking with Goff here. T-Law and them should have to throw, but I do think this could get away from them. 11-point underdogs, too, on the road. Our guy, Jonathan Durst, in the chat with a super chat. You know what that means. Got to hit him with the Ric Flair. Woo! That whisper woo in the chat for our guy, Jay Durst. Appreciate you watching, brother. Hate the Cousins Buffalo matchup. Would you start Jones, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, Garoppolo, Lawrence in place of him? So I'll rank these guys. I don't like the Cousins matchup either. I think I like Garoppolo the most. Maybe even Daniel Jones. I think they'd be a tie for me, but I'll lean Garoppolo for the floor, then Daniel Jones because of the rushing. Then I would go Trevor Lawrence, then Russell Wilson, then Cousins. Like I like Cousins the least out of all these guys. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. Thank you, Silver Rapture. Appreciate you guys all watching in here and pouring in here, dropping those questions in the chat. Let me know your Josh Allen conundrums if you've got them, if what your backup plan was, and what you think you're going to be doing here with the situation. Looks like Jahan Dotson is going to play on Monday night, so that's something to keep in mind if you've been stashing the rookie through his hamstring injury. Ken Walker screen here as the Seahawks try to take it into Tampa Bay territory. It is 21-3. That touchdown was confirmed just a bit ago. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to search Twitter a little bit and see if we can find something on this Josh Allen stuff. It has not been... It has not been great. Let's see, our guy Edwin Porras. So it's looking like, so we have a report here from Ian Rappaport that Kyler Murray is unlikely to go. So that they're going to work him out still and see, but it looks like he's unlikely to go. So that could be really, really dicey there. And then Josh Allen. So this is from Aditi Kinkabwala. And she says, QB Josh Allen is indeed active, but we're still waiting for him to come out on the field. Case Keenum and Matt Barkley, who wasn't elevated off the practice squad, handled warm-up throws. One of Allen's unconcerned teammates just joked to me, he's milking the suspense, in quotes. Well, maybe he is. That would be something, huh? Kittle or Dulcich, Silver Rapture says here. I'd still go Kittle. I mean, the upside in that offense is just so much better. I love Dulcich, and he's been solid, but he's definitely a guy that, like rookie tight ends, they're going to have up and down weeks. I mean, he's had 3 strong ones in a row, and then they're bye, but I think that I would be rocking with Kittle still. Silver Rapture, Everett or Schultz? I like Everett. They're going to have to throw. It's a tough defensive matchup. They're going to have to throw, though, and he's been kind of their one explosive downfield guy now with Mike Williams out, Keenan Allen out. I think Everett's the right guy because even Green Bay's a tough matchup. I like Schultz. I like him to get it done, especially in PPR. But I think Everett's got kind of a ceiling that Schultz doesn't really have. What's going on, Albert? How are you, brother? we have the rest of the whisper. Where have the rest of the whisperers been? Oh, well, so Johnny just had his kid, so he's rocking at home with Juniper on dad duties. Our guy Austin just finished a couple campaigns, both his partner Chelsea, who obviously Philly Chelsea we love. She is in a tight race there for in West Hollywood, and then also he helped run another campaign in West Hollywood as well. So they just finished that, so he's kind of getting recuperated, and he'll be back with us next week. Johnny, I think, is going to be back with us here shortly too. So just been holding down the fort here for a little bit, but our guys will be back soon. Pitts or Schultz rest of season? I'd probably go Dalton Schultz at this point. You're going to get consistency as Geno Smith just throws a dart touchdown to Tyler Lockett to make this game presumably 21-10. So the Seahawks making quick work to get down the field there. So Pitts or Schultz rest of season? I would go Schultz, especially in PPR, Andre. I just like the floor that he's got. Now that Dak's back, now that he has had that extra week to rest the PCL injury, I'd definitely probably be going with that. Blake Becker says, love the content, man. Man, appreciate it, Blake. Hit that sub if you haven't already, and welcome to Whisper Nation. We've also got the Discord down below for free, so hit that in if you're watching over on YouTube. So that's we'd love to have you over there and continue to talk fantasy with you, man. Looks like I said 10-21. They're going to go for 2 here to try and make it 21-11. So I'll report that. So Garoppolo or Cousins with the Bills secondary hurt? Well, the Bills secondary hurt isn't crazy hurt. And they're on the road in Buffalo. I like Garoppolo. He's had, almost picked, but it wasn't. So it'll be 9-21. Garoppolo has 2 or more touchdowns, I think, in 4 or 5 straight games now. And I think the Chargers haven't been anything scary, especially after J.C. Jackson's injury, Nick Bosa's injury. I really like – they're off a bye with CMC. That's the thing about Garoppolo, man. He can throw it to any one of these guys, and they can do the work for him. We don't need him throwing it deep down the field. I really like Garoppolo. I think it's the safer play. It's a better play, Blake. All right, let's see if we can get any more update here. This Josh Allen stuff just continues to scare me off of him. I think I'm gonna steer away from him if I can. Of course. Well, it looks like Leonard Fournette has a hip injury and is doubtful to return. So if you had those Rachaad White shares, you're really happy with that news. He had a big drive helping them get down the field. And we just keep getting more and more news on basically Josh Allen not warming up. So yeah, no, the injury update from the Bucs 1 minute ago. Fournette doubtful to return. Not looking great for our guy Lenny here. Let's see. I'm gonna keep trying to dig for you, Whisper Nation. See if we can find this stuff. Any more info here on Josh Allen? So with 8 minutes left, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucs are just kind of not trying to take it too dangerous here with Fournette. The buys next week, so we'll see. Movie Fan 101, thanks for coming in and watching the show here. Dulcich or Hill? I'm playing Dulcich over Taysom Hill. I know that Taysom Hill is one of those guys that I think they're in the same range, tight end 6 or 7-ish this week. And so for me, I'm going to take that floor with Dulcich. We've seen Tennessee been a little bit susceptible too to the tight end as well. So I'm with Dulcich on this one. Fran's asking, should I go Allen or Dak? Now this is a great backup plan. I would definitely go Dak here. This makes me breathe easy for you, Franz. Like, you have Dak to switch to. Green Bay missing about 5 to 7 starters on defense today. I think Dak's in for a pretty big game. I think the Cowboys should roll the Packers even at Lambeau. So yeah. So we got Keyshawn Vaughn in here as well. Getting some run here. Say, what's up, Trav? Says Calvin Brown. I've only seen an early morning notification from Underdog saying he's expected to play on Josh Allen. Yeah, he's active. I don't think that is the question, that we think he's active, but he's yet to warm up with any of the wide receivers. It's been all Case Keenum and even Matt Barkley making those throws. So is that just because they want to save him for the game? I don't know. It scares me enough to maybe think that he's active but going to play backup to Case Keenum, because they didn't elevate Barkley. So Barkley technically is not active. He can't play in this game. So they're only going to roll out with the 2 quarterbacks. You got it, Franz. Appreciate you. Trey S. Morning, brother. Full point PPR, Judy or Josh Palmer. Thanks and good luck today. Good luck to you, Trey. Appreciate that. Full point PPR, I'd be going Josh Palmer. I know Judy's had some good run, but again, I'm a little bit nervous about what Denver can score today. They're coming off the bye. There's at least Sutton, Judy, and Dulcich. So with a little bit of smaller pie to cut up, it's a little bit dangerous in my opinion. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I do like Josh Palmer, and we've seen his targets go considerably up with the injuries they've had at wide receiver. So big fan of what Palmer's been able to do, especially in that full point PPR. I think he eats today. Josh Allen or Tua, and Galladay or DeAndre Carter in the flex. I guess I just got to go with DeAndre Carter. I mean, I know it's ugly, but we've seen Galladay just been, blanked in some of these matchups. And so in the flex, I'm going to go Carter there. I just think trust a little bit more in the passing attack for the Chargers than I do the passing attack for the Giants, because they've just been running the ball. And honestly, that's the strength of Houston's defense, is in the secondary. It's not against the run. Obviously, they get pummeled by the run. And then I just go Tua, man. I'd play it safe with Tua, who's been awesome. He has a high team total. That has a high over-under against Cleveland. Could be a shootout. And Tua, back-to-back games with 3+ touchdowns, over 300 yards. The guy is dealing right now with those stud wide receivers. All right. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. I think we've worked through all the questions here. If you guys have anything else, get it in right now. But I'll let you know we'll be back with you for the Monday Night Watch Party tomorrow night as we watch the Eagles take on the Commanders. And then, of course, we'll be with you for Tuesday in the waivers, of course. Chad Doak, you're welcome, man. Appreciate you watching. Let's go Giants. Yeah, big game today against the Texans. I think they should stomp them, especially with, Saquon against the Texans, that's your DFS play. That's your number one running back. All lineups should be built around him today. He could absolutely feast coming off the bye. So, but yeah, like I said, Monday Night Watch Party, and then Tuesday for the waivers. Don't forget to hit up the Discord, of course, and then follow us on Twitter for everything else. And, be good, man. Be good or be good at it, right? That's what they say. I appreciate all of you in here that were rocking with me today. And for Donnie Tubbs, for Johnny Game Time Hicks, for Austin Sear, I'm Big Travie. We're the Fantasy Whispers. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Right here.
Look at you go. You made it to the end of another one of our videos. Hey, if you still have some questions, I totally understand. Or you just want to join an awesome fantasy football community, head on over to our Discord chat. Link is in the description below. And if you're still not sold on us, check out one of these videos.